All right. This video is kind of entitled "All You Can Really Do Is Leave." It's just so it feels fucking stupid. It feels pointless to do this, you know. But I think what I'm going to try to get across is that for all the sort of rhetoric about you have to fight for your community or you have to fight and you know create networks and organize and all that other stuff. At the end of the day, if you don't have power, it doesn't really matter. And I'm trying to say, at the end of the day, all you can really do is leave. There's going to be the countries in the West that basically they they're going to go all the way, and maybe eventually they'll collapse. Maybe they'll be this sort of liberal zombie states for the next 200 years. I don't know, but the idea that the right and or traditional values or even you know that way of being is going to win everywhere it's not going to happen. There's probably going to be places that are just permanently like this. I don't know where those places are, and I don't know what's going to happen to individual communities. It's so hard to predict. A place that might look like it's going to tip over, it might revert. A place that is totally fine now demographically might just be destroyed in 5 or 10 years. Because all it really it just takes a few, man. It just takes some, and then you just get one government that opens the doors, and it's a multiplier effect of like 20x or 40x, and then that starts the ball rolling. People start leaving, and you take it from there. But if you find yourself in a neighborhood that's, you know, you're significantly in the minority percentage, just leave. Just leave. If you find yourself in a country where things aren't necessarily going your way, and maybe there's an area you could move to. Maybe you can move to a new province or a new state or to a different area of the country where there can be some sort of local, not resistance, but a local agreement that we're going to pay lip service to the rules, and a local understanding, I guess, that this is a sort of a safe harbor. I don't know how you find those places, but if you can't leave your country or you don't want to, you find a new area. If there's no areas left, maybe you have to leave the country. And if you can't do that, well, then get on a boat. I don't know. Because the option of taking down the state is just not going to happen, especially not in a quote unquote democracy where you're demographically outnumbered. Move to a country that is of your people. And if you can't do that, then move to a country where um, it's at least homogenous. And if you can't do that, at least move to an area that's homogenous. I'd much rather be a individual European guy surrounded by Asians than into a city with 100 different groups and they all have their own interests. It's just chaos. I'd rather be one of an outsider in a place, but at least that place has a consistent culture, at least has a consistent environment. You know what the rules are. Even if you don't like all the rules, you know what they are at least. You have to deal with 50 different communities, 50 different languages, 50 different sets of rules and expectations, and all sorts of like, do you put your shoes on? Do you leave your shoes off? Is it acceptable? One place it might be acceptable to, wipe your ass with your hand at night. Another might be the worst thing imaginable. I don't want to have to learn 50 different rules, 50 different sets of rules. So, but it's like divorce or a relationship between men and women. As the man, you can't do anything. The only option you have is to leave. That's all you can really do. Now, if you're a powerful person or you have influence or friends, there's more you can do. But I'm talking about the average person, though. All you can really do is leave. Yeah. I was going to do a whole thing about how, as a society gets diversified, basically 50% of the people are going to end up here in this area. And then there's like the crowd over here. It's rather small, but that's like the 20% right there. Now, maybe smaller, but that's the state's clients groups, and they're the administrative staff, and they're the secretaries, and all the people who are profiting off of this. But over time, as the state gets more and more diversified, more people from here are gonna go into here. But really, the beneficiaries are just these people right here, right there, right over here. See, they have big smiles on their faces. I need to get a pen or something. He's a happy chappy. They're doing fine, and they don't care. There was this video I responded to earlier, and it's all about meritocracy. But meritocracy is really just nepotism for these people, because then everyone else has to compete in here, and they get to watch, and they get all the benefits and the entertainment benefits, but also the productivity, and it all goes to them. So if there's a specific minority group, doesn't matter what country it is or what minority group, that runs everything, a meritocracy is almost hyper ethnocentric. It's not anti-ethnocentric. It's a disguised form of ethnocentrism. And if you don't want to be here, then you just gotta, let's do a green arrow now. You gotta leave. You gotta get out and go to a place where you can at least be here. One of the masses throwing their tomatoes at the group. I feel like Bob Ross. She's throwing tomatoes. She's got a good arm. Anyways, that's all I want to say. Don't try to shoulder the whole weight of the world. If you're in a situation that is bad for you and it doesn't look like it's getting better, you just leave. I mean, ironically, one of the things that liberalism does is it says, you're free from all your obligations, but also we don't want all our best people to leave and go to a place where they actually can have the systems that they want, where they can get out of this and go to a place where they're one of these people. You probably, if you're not one of these people already, you're probably not going to be, but they don't want anyone to come to be here. They want everyone to be down here. And that's why the ideology is totalizing, because there can't exist a place that has the old moral rules and is successful, because otherwise people just want to go there. Even doesn't matter if it's all Chinese or South Korean or whatever. People are just going to want to leave. Anyways, that's it. Thanks for watching.